And check, 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 check. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to JockJive.com. We're here for the Paxton Bobcats versus the Central Jaguars game. Gil, Taylor, I want to give you a shout out if you're out there tonight and you can hear me. Let me know. I'm having a little difficulty here in the booth up here, but we have two outs in the top of the first here. JC Watkins is pitching for the Bobcats tonight. Batting for the Central Jaguars, number 18, Austin Peden. And that's a ball. Bounce that off the front of the plate there. Want to give a shout out to Jake Taylor, too. I hope he's watching tonight. Y'all let me know how it looks out there. Got a good night for baseball. That's a strike on the outside of the plate by number 8, J.C. Watkins. As Peden steps back in to the batter's box. A little bit outside there for ball 2. 2-2 is the count with 2 outs in the top of the first. Long foul ball behind us, going out in the cow field back there. Nice pitch by J.C. Watkins as he rings up Peden there for out number 3. We'll be right back with a starting of the bottom of the first. And we're back here at Paxton, Jeff Bradley Field for tonight's game against Central Jaguars and the Paxton Bobcats. Bryson Turner steps in for the Bobcats in the bottom of the first to lead us off. Bryson hits a shot to center field. It's over the center field's head. He's going to go 2 on this one. Solid double for Bryson Turner there. J.C. Watkins now coming up to bat for the Bobcats, our pitcher for tonight. J.C. did a great job taking them down in order in that top half of the first inning. Bryson Turner on second as JC steps in. We leading off this year with 2 left-handed batters for the Bobcats. JC bunts a foul for out number 1. No, coach wasn't happy about that one. Connor Varnum steps in for the Bobcats. Connor's playing shortstop for us tonight. Got Bryson Turner on second. Pitching for the Jaguars tonight, Jackson Kent. Varnum calls timeout. Kent was taking a little bit too long for his liking, so he took a little break. That's ball 1 for Connor Varnum. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Three balls, no strikes. I doubt very seriously that Connor will be swinging on this one. I think he's going to be taken all the way here. Runners in scoring position for the Bobcats. Bobcats played Central last night, beat them 5-1 over at their place. That's strike 1, 3-1. Interesting thing that Bobcats are doing this year is they'll play a team either home or away, and then the next day they will play them again, either there or here. So playing each other back to back this year. Most of the teams are like that in our district, or most of the schedules like that. Ball 4 for Connor. We have runners on first and second as Gabe Nelson comes up. Gabe Nelson stepping up to the plate for the Bobcats tonight. Playing second. He pitched last night for the Bobcats. Did a really good job holding Central at bay to the final inning. They scored that 1 run. A strike 1 on Gabe. Runners on first and second. 0-1. And Bryson Turner and Connor Varnum both takes off. That's strike 2 as Gabe was taken. We got runners in scoring position on second and third as we had a double steal going on there for Coach Moore. Ball way outside there, 1-2. Kent still ahead in the count here. 1 out, bottom of the first. Gabe took a stab at that, didn't like it, tried to hold back, but nope, struck out. Ethan Burke steps in for the Bobcats. Runners in scoring position. We don't want to leave runners on in this case. In the bottom of the first here, we want to bring those runners in. Ethan's he hits a little infield blooper. But the Jaguars take him down. Leave runners stranded in the bottom of the first. It's 0-0. So Daryl Peak steps in for the Jaguars in the top of that's the catcher, Spencer Copeland. Spencer Copeland steps in. Coach Moore is going to question that one. Looked like he broke the plane of the plate to me, but the first base umpire said no, he didn't go, so that's a ball one. Ball one there for Spencer Copeland as he steps back in. Coach Moore gets a warning from the umpire. He's giving him an earful about not calling that a strike. Very upset about that. And that's a long foul ball. It's going to be out of play for the Jaguars. JC doing a really good job here for the Bobcats tonight. 1-1 count, top of the second inning. It's 2-1. Ball a little bit outside. Copeland squared around to show bunt there. Tristan Petty was making his way toward home plate. He pulled back for ball 3. 3-1. As he steps back in. And Copeland goes to bunt again, but bunts it foul for a full count. Central trying to play a little small ball there. And that's strike 3 on Copeland. It's 2 strikeouts for J.C. Watkins tonight. As number 6, Seth McDonald, right fielder for Jaguars tonight, steps in. As you can probably tell, as I'm announcing the players coming up, I'm kind of doing double duty tonight. I'm doing the broadcast by myself for the first time. Hope it's on. And also I'm calling out and playing music for our team and trying to make sure all that's done right and calling out the players as they come up. So I'm multitasking up here tonight. That's 2 balls, no strikes. As McDonald settles back in, JC gets in his windup. A little bit outside. JC's hitting that outside. It's coming right there between home plate and the batter's box on the other side of the plate. 3-0 count. Four straight balls to the same location. Put the runner on. DH, number 11, Hayes Cooley. Central's coach giving Cooley the signals. Got a runner on first. 1 out. As Cooley steps in. He's a DH, not batting for their third baseman, Mistovich. He hits a shot. He hits a shot down third base and gets a stand-up double. Now they have runners on. Runners on second and third. Number 10, Jackson Kent. Pitcher for the Jaguars going to step up to bat here with runners on in scoring position. Jackson Kent. Cooley, come up back and see why he is DH. I mean, he hit a shot down the line there, down the left field line. Ten's going to score around a bunt, but he pulls back for ball 1. Well, they were trying to put on a little safety squeeze there. Remember the old days when Coach Bradley used to call that. I tell you, he was coming. Whether he bunted or not, he was coming. And he's coming. They got him in a rundown. As the runner did advance, they threw him out at the plate. The runner from second advanced to third, but he squared around and bunt, and he brought it back. I don't think Coach for the Jaguars here for Central was very happy with that. So wanting to put it into play. Copeland got caught in no man's land there and got thrown out in the rundown. Got 2 down, runner on third. Jackson Kent steps back in with 2 balls and no strikes. So third. And Griffin misses the ball, but recovers, throws him out to J.C. Watkins at Holmes. He tried to steal, and we go to the bottom of the second. And we're back in the bottom of the second inning. Third baseman number 3, first-year varsity starter this year, Tristan Petty, comes up to bat. I think he's had a good season so far. And he gets a hit. He hits it to third to first, and that's one out. Catcher for tonight, Griffin Usher, steps up to bat. Griffin's grew a little bit over the summer. Does a good job there behind the plate. He's been catching for a while. Kent throws a strike for a count of 0-1. Griffin hits a little dribbler to second. 2 outs. Right fielder Blaine Johnson steps in for the Bobcats. Another first-year starter. Bobcat lost a lot of seniors last year. Got a lot of JV players coming up, getting starting positions. I think we only returning 4 starters from last year's district championship game. I think it's number 11 or number 12 in a row for the Bobcats. Yeah, a foul ball by Johnston there. Three balls and 1 strike for Johnston. Head in the count. Oh, and he hits him in the back. Keontae Sanders coming up to bat, or as he's known around campus as Tank. It's his nickname. Everybody knows him by. Big lead for Johnston over there. Oh, and he hits Tank in the back. So runners on first and second. Bryson Turner steps back in for the Bobcats. Back at the top of the lineup, bottom of the second. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Bryson had a big double to right center fence in the first at bat. Looking for him to drive something here. Bryson really came on last year. He has got some speed on him. He bunts put in a lot of bunt situations last year. It's nice to see him swinging away a little bit this year. Two and 0. Blaine and Keontae getting a big lead there. Johnson and Sanders for the Bobcats. And that was a balk for the pitcher. He done made his motion and stopped his motion, took his hand out of his glove, and got the balk there. So that moves the runners up. Runners to second and third with Bryson with a 2-0 count. Runners in scoring position. A lot of young athletes don't realize they bring those hands together, they can't release them. Umpire just let me know it was 2 outs. Miss it. Blaine did not read that well. 3-0 count, 2 outs. He just did not read that very well. Three and 0 count for Turner as he steps in. See if he's got the green light. And nice pitch by Kent there. A little curveball. 3-1. I think Bryson will be looking for that. Kent taking a long time here. Full count. Bryson hit a little dribbler there for a foul. Want to see Bryson drive another one like he did the first time there. These two teams, a lot of respect for each other. Been at the top of this district for a long time, both these teams. Battling it out. Both have made one trip down to Fort Myers to state competition. Number 8, J.C. Watkins. J.C. steps up. He steps out. He wasn't going to stand there. Bryson stood in there and let Kent take his time. And J.C. said, "No, I don't think so. You're going to have to come on with it." He hits a high fly ball, looks like, foul ball. Made a good play on it by the shortstop, but just overrun it. Count of 0-1 here on JC. JC could really help himself right here. Bases loaded. Just a base hit's going to score at least 2, you would think here. Bobcats left 2 runners stranded in the first inning. Oh, he hit that one straight up in there. Oh, and he gets a base hit out of it as he overruns it. Infield hit. Can't score that as an error, although you want to. Number 4, Connor Varnum. Bases loaded, 1-0. Bobcats on top, 2 outs. Connor gets one. Second baseman was able to knock it down, but bases loaded again. Up next for the Bobcats, number 10, Gabe Nelson. Two to nothing. That was a good hit by Connor Varnum. The second baseman made a good play to stop it, just not enough to get the throw down to first. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the second, 2-0 Paxton. Ball well inside. Gabe had stepped back out of the way. High inside fastball. As we have a timeout. Looks like Coach Roberts is going to have a little discussion with the infield and his pitcher. Meeting, got 2 outs. Bottom of the second, 2-0, Bobcats on top. Counts 2-0 for Gabe Nelson. Coach Moore talking to his runners down there as Coach Davenport is talking to Connor on first. Bobcats being very disciplined at the plate. That's what you expect from a Bobcat team. Very disciplined hitters, work a lot on that. As play resumes here, Gabe will be stepping back in with a 2-0 count. Kent taking his time again. Wants to make those batters wait. They're gonna have to step out of that box like JC did. Make him hurry up his wind up because he will take his time. Threw a curveball there, way outside. Didn't get enough break on it. Broke kind of late. 3-1 count. Umpire said 3-2, but I have 3-1. We'll see. Up next for the Bobcats, number 33, Ethan Burke. Base is still loaded as Kent just walked in a run. Ethan Burke comes up to bat. This is where we ended the first inning. Started this inning. And he hits a little dribbler. It's going to be another infield hit for the Bobcats. Gives a score 4-0. Up next, third baseman, number 3, Tristan Petty. Nobody in the Jaguars made much of an effort. Good job by Tristan there calling time. Kent will make him wait. He's taking his time in his windup. So good job by Tristan there to kind of hurry him up. I'm surprised the umpire hadn't said anything. He's staying there for a while. Good swing by Petty there. Got a foul ball down the right side of the field there. Missed Coach Davenport. Tristan's first year as a starter on the varsity. doing a good job at third base. Oh, high fastball inside. 1-1 count. Like I was saying, that last pop fly, nobody from Central really made an effort to get it. I mean, we've hit two little bloopers. One, the shortstop kind of overran, but nobody really made an effort to get that one. He's pitching a little bit inside there. Tristan, good discipline. Let that go by. About belt high there. 2-1 is the count. And Tristan hits into a force as the Bobcats go on top of the Jaguars 4-0. We'll be right back at the beginning of the next inning. And we're back as the Jaguars step in. This is the batter from the last inning, Jackson Kent, as the runner got thrown out at the plate trying to steal home. So he will start his batting over. And strike one hits a foul ball down the left side of the field. As J.C. Watkins is pitching for the Bobcats. Bobcats on top 4-0. Outside there, JC overthrew that one a little bit. 1-1 as Kent settles in. Got a hit at shortstop. Connor Varnum out to Burke, and Burke comes off the bag to make the play and to tag the runner out. Now batting, first baseman, number 24, Noah Patterson. One out as Noah steps up for his first at bat in the top of the third. Jaguars, as you would expect from any Coach Roberts team, very good at the plate, very good trying to swing the bat, put the ball in play. Looks like this year they're kind of struggling a little bit. He's playing a little small ball as Watkins makes the play for the second out, trying to string something to get something going here. Now batting, left fielder, number 4, Jacob Card. But like I was saying, Coach Roberts, looks like where the Jaguars are really struggling this year is with their pitching. They've always had solid pitching. And Kent's done a good job. But he's allowed base runners on in both of the innings. Allowed a lot that last inning. Not used to seeing a central pitcher struggle like that. To an 0 count. Trying to play some more spawn ball, but he fouls it out. And at the top of the second, it's still 4-0 Bobcats. We'll be right back. And we're back at bottom of the third here. It's number 1, Griffin Usher, steps in for the Bobcats. He's our catcher this year. It'll be his first year starting, coming up from the JV. Caught several years on the JV. Does a really good job behind the plate for the Bobcats. Griffin doing a good job. Kent, typical of Coach Roberts' team, taking his time up there, making the batters wait. Smart move by Griffin to call time and step out, make him wait on him for a little bit. Ball 2. Griffin, as many of the athletes on the baseball team, two-sport player, played on the JV basketball team this year, had a really good season for the Bobcats. Griffin takes a shot to left field, but the catch is made, and that's 1 down. Up next, right fielder, number 2, Blaine Johnston. Johnson, first year starting for the varsity as well, doing a good job in right field. Steps up, 1 down. Long fly ball by Usher there. It's the third batter. He's beamed in the back. I think that's the second time for Blaine. Now batting, left fielder number 23, Keontae Sanders. I think that is the second time. I think he got hit and Keontae last time, so we'll see. Blaine got a good lead at first. Way outside. Lost a little bit of control there. Sends Johnston down to second. So we've got runner in scoring position with one out. Keontae played varsity baseball last year. He's a 3-star athlete here at Paxton. He played on the varsity basketball team, varsity baseball, and he's also a state high jump winner for place at state. Didn't win the top prize, but he did place on the podium at state competition this year in the high jump for the Bobcats. For the triple jump. Sorry, Coach Gilbert. She'll get me for that. Umpires called time doing some conversing out there. Score is 4-0. Strike one, 1-1. Just got a text from Gil, said he was sitting out by the fire. Want to know the score. 2-0. As Keontae squares the bunt, but tips the bat. Goes to the backstop. If it wouldn't have tipped the bat there, we would have been able to get Johnston down to third. As he was trying to bunt and steal there, a little hit and run. Central went to run a play where they thought we were going to attempt the bunt and steal again. The shortstop was running to third to get the runner out, and the third baseman didn't make the break. Didn't know what was going on. They had to call it off. Good eye by Keontae. Ball outside. He pulls back. Johnson stays. A little confusion, as I said, with the Central Jaguars and their defensive call there. Third baseman wasn't sure what he was supposed to do. Could hear Coach Phillips, assistant coach, in the dugout. And Keontae, he fouls that ball straight down and hit the plate. It was going to be just a little bit more. It would have been a great bunt because he has a lot of speed. 3-2 full count. Look for him to swing away here. As Coach Hannes used to say, hit the top half right here. And he strikes out. Up next, number 5, Bryson Turner. Bryson steps in. Bryson's had a good night so far. 2 outs, runner on second. Nice curve ball by Kent there. Had enough break on that one. Turner just watches it break. Kent's got a pretty good, decent curveball. Not quite 12-6, but and fastball high and outside. Good eye by Turner. And third baseman throws him out for out number 3. Bottom of 3, still Paxton on top, 4-0. We'll be right back. And we're back. Top of the 4th inning. Up next for the Jaguars, center fielder number 7, Christian Westfall. Back to the top of the lineup for the Jaguars. This is their first time in the rotation of the lineup. And Christian Westfall steps in. Ball 1. Ball 2. JC threw it straight down the middle, but a little low. Three and 0, a little high for Blue there. Three and 1. JC catches the corner on that one. Ball 4, just a little bit inside. Up next, the catcher, number 18, Austin Peden. The Jaguars get their third runner on. As Austin Peden, the catcher, comes in, he looks like we may be playing a little bit more small ball here. We'll see. Good move by JC, keep the runner close. Peden squared the bunt. Little small ball by Central. And strike called as the batter pulled, as Peden pulled his bat back. Usher calls timeout to go out and talk to JC Watkins. Get their plan together about what they're going to do here next. Make sure they're on the same page. the runner for Westfall, still second. Not a bad little. The throw was on time, just a little off mark. To throw the runner out by Griffin. 2-1. He squared the bunt and moved the runner to third. However, he just didn't get there. Pull the bat back for ball 2. Run again, pop fly, and Burke makes the catch for out number 1. Up next, shortstop number 3, Darrell Peak. Coach Robert sends the signal to Pete. Run on second, 1 out. Good stop by Usher there. The ball a little bit outside. Hit in the dirt. Central not the power hitting team that they've been in the past, but Pete puts one in the gap there as Connor was playing the runner on second, moved the runner over. Up next, catcher number 8, Spencer Copeland. So we have runners on the corner as Copeland comes up to bat. Great play by the Bobcats. The runner on third took off. Thought Usher was going to throw the runner out that was taking second and got caught as Usher threw the ball back to Watkins at the pitcher's mound, and he threw him out at third. As that's 2 outs, 1 strike on the batter, 2 outs, runner on second. That's the third time for the Jaguars that they've had runner in a scoring position on third base that has gotten thrown out. Great heads-up defense by the Bobcats. Nice curveball there by Watkins. Caught Copeland looking. It is 0-2. Oh, looked good, but Blue had a little bit better view than I did, but that did look like a good pitch on the corner, outside corner there, but he called it for a ball. Counts 1-2. And the runner is struck out. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th. Bobcats on top, 4-0. Number 8, J.C. Watkins. And we're back as J.C. Watkins steps up to bat for the Bobcats in the bottom of the 4th inning here. See, J.C. can help himself as he's pitching tonight. Way outside there for ball 1. JC doing the smart thing there as Kent tries to take a long time in his windup. With JC backing out, hurrying him up a little bit, saying, hey, I'm not going to wait on you. You're going to wait on me. Which is something that we've seen from the Jaguars in the past. Their pitchers liked a long windup. It's 3-0. Just heard from my buddy Gil. Said everything's coming in good. Him and Miss Joy are off traveling right now. Just want to give them a shout out. Let him know I do miss him up here. I like to do the color, and he's the play-by-play man. As JC takes ball 4, hurries down to first as the ball went to the mat. Up next for the Bobcats, number 4, Connor Varnum. Coach Moore calls in the play. We'll see if he's going to go to a little small ball or he's going to let Connor swing away. Connor Varnum last year, the district championship, hit a grand slam to win that championship against Central for that 11th or 12th. Good job by Connor. I said, the Paxton's really, the Bobcats are really learning they can't get in there and stand in that forever and let him take his time. They're going to hurry him up a little bit by calling time and stepping out themselves. Ball a little inside there. If you're just joining us, the Bobcats are on top in the bottom of the 4th inning, 4-0. Had a big inning in the 2nd inning. Kent comes back with a curveball, just broke a little bit late for ball 2. And Central, the Jaguars, for 2 of the 4 innings that they've batted, had chances to score, and the runners at third just getting thrown out, not making very smart decisions and running. Watkins takes off for second, and he is safe as Connor sacrifices a strike, move him up. Had a good break there. Read the pitcher well. See what Coach Moore is going to put in play here as both teams calls in their next play, defensively and offensively. Varnum squares the bunt, but it's a foul. He's going to try to move the runner up with a little small ball of his own. Coach Moore, 2-2. Connor has some power. He is a baseball player. He is a 2-sport athlete here at Paxton. Plays basketball on the varsity, 2-year starter on the varsity for basketball. I think this is his 3rd year starting on the varsity baseball. And that'll move JC up as a pass ball by Central. Kent threw that one way outside, and Coach Roberts hadn't seen him make any move tonight. He came out, in the 2nd inning, had a little talk with his pitcher in the whole infield. But he's sticking with Kent right now. And he hasn't done a bad job for the Jaguars. Paxton has capitalized on a few of his mistakes. He's give up 4 hits so far. That was an excellent job by Connor there. He's a little bit early on that, waiting on that curve ball, and swung a little bit early, fouled it out to the left. JC's give up 2 hits tonight, but he has done an excellent job on the mound for the Bobcats. I understand Gabe Nelson pitched last night, did an excellent job as they defeated Central last night over there. Another balk by the pitcher. That's his second balk tonight. Give up a run on that. He's bringing his hands together and releasing his hands, and can't do that. Can't bring your hands together, take them apart, and then bring them back. So that's his second balk tonight. First balk, he moved up 2 runners. Not to score, but moved them to second and third. But that one was costly as the runner was on third. So it's 3-2. It's ball 4 way outside. It's Connor Varnum takes first. And up next for the Bobcats, second baseman number 10, Gabe Nelson. Coach Roberts goes out. How we'll talk with the pitcher. We'll see if he's going to make a change here. He's talking to Kent. Got the infield pulled in. Coach Roberts, good coach. Good coach. Like I said, a real good rivalry here between these two teams. They've been at the top of this district for years. They have Malone has give both teams a good game through the years, but they just have not had the opportunity yet to take over this crown for these two. Although Paxton has maintained that dominance in the district tournament, they've dropped some games last year during the season, dropped 2 regular season games to Central, but come in the district tournament. And Coach Roberts just giving some encouragement to his pitcher. He's left him in. Gabe Nelson stepping in. No outs on the board. 5-0. Connor Varnum on first. I was talking to Bryson Turner, the center fielder for the Bobcats, and he was telling me, Paxton's bench has been lively through the years, got their little routines they do, like they're paddling boats and making a lot of noise and cheering on their team. And from what I understand from him, they're really cracking down on that this year and been told they can't do that from the dugout. Which I don't know why that is. I mean, you see a lot of teams cheering on. Varnum takes the steal to second. And they were taking their time. He read that well. Catcher took his time getting the ball to the pitcher, not paying attention, and Varnum takes third. And Gabe kind of wasted a strike there, as he could see it was way outside, but he took the swing at it anyway, like Coach called. So Coach was like, "What'd you swing for?" You called it. You told me to. So can't fault him with that, but 0-1. No outs. Runner on third. Like I said, Nelson helped him on that last one. That pitch is almost out there in the same spot, way in the left batter box. And Varnum scores on a pass ball by the Jaguars. The score 6-0. 2 balls and 1 strike for Nelson. Did hear a little chatter over there in the dugout, so it must just be the whole organized of them hollering stroke as they paddle a boat together that they're cracking down on this year. So not sure if that's coming from the umpires or from the coaches. 2-2 is a strike on the outside corner. Still no outs. Nelson hits it back to the pitcher, and he overthrows the bag. As Nelson takes second, and they're just taking their time getting to the ball, and Nelson takes third. And that's an error on the pitcher, overthrowing. We got a new scoreboard, if y'all can see it out there. Nice scoreboard. Records the scores on the inning at Jeff Bradley Field across the top. You can do the up next, number 33, Ethan Burke. Ethan Burke steps up, our first baseman this year. But like I said, you can put the batter's number up on the scoreboard. It does the hits and the errors and strikes and balls. It's a really nice scoreboard. We're really glad to have it. Donated by Pepsi. Oh and 1. As the third baseman is not holding Nelson on, but the pitcher is concerned about him. Trying to look him back. The Bobcats, they played in a Wounders Warrior tournament up in Dothan and took a loss in that tournament in one game, but went to Jay, who's a really good team this year, and came from behind late in the game to end up beating Jay, and then beat Central last night, as they did have to cancel a game earlier in the week when the girls were playing in the state championship this year down in Lakeland. Girls did a really, really good job making it to state, beating Holmes County, number 2 team in the state. Did lose in the semifinals to Port St. Joe. I heard that as soon as they drove up from Lakeland and pulled into the parking lot, they grabbed their gloves and went out in the softball field and started throwing softball, as they're a favorite to go to state maybe this year from this part of Florida to represent this region, as they lost in the finals of the regional last year. Number 3, Tristan Petty up to bat next. Great heads up by Burke there. He gets to first, takes off for second, and the pitcher was fixing to throw it, but realized, hey, we got a runner on third, so they had to let him go. Coach Roberts calls timeout. He will be going back out to the mound. Looks like he will be making a change this time. And while they make a change, we'll be right back as the Bobcats are on top, 6-0. And we're back. Coach Roberts has made a change. We have now pitching the shortstop, the center fielder, Westfield. Christian Westfield with now pitching. Looks like the pitcher Jackson Kent has replaced him in center field as Tristan Petty steps up to the plate with no outs, runners on second and third. I'd like to give a shout out. Tristan standing there and say, "Hey, I can wait all day on you." I'm going to give a shout out to, we got a strike one. And, Westfall here, he's a sidearm pitcher. Makes it a little difficult sometimes for the batters to pick that up to start with till they get used to him. So let's see what Petty can do here. Like I said, I want to give a shout out to the Davenports as they go on to Tuscaloosa to watch Grant Stewart play, their son. Watch him play in Tuscaloosa, playing Shelton State this weekend, Northwest Florida, going up there. And Tristan fouls that one away. Westlake, not a ton of speed, but that is just a difficult pitch to pick up when it's coming out of his hand. Gets his center body of gravity kind of low, throwing that sidearm. It's just a different look than what you're used to looking when you have a pitcher that doesn't throw like that. Great hit and run there. Nelson was over halfway to home when Tristan swung on that one and fouled it off. It's 0-2. And Gabe will make his way back to third base as we start this whole process over. And Tristan's a good-sized young man, another two-sport athlete here at Paxton. Tristan finds his groove this year. He's going to be a good batter. He's got a lot of power. He's played travel ball a lot. Gabe harassing the pitcher over there, and he's going to say, hey, he's going to try to keep Gabe a little bit close, especially after that last hit and run. Good knock by Petty there, and it's in the hole. And it'll score one. As nobody was covering second, Petty takes second. As Paxton goes up 7-0 with a single and a steal there by Petty. That's what I'm going to call it. Moves up the runners again on second and third. Up next, the catcher, number 1, Griffin Usher. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm kind of pulling double duty up here tonight. Well, triple duty. I'm running the scoreboard, announcing the players as they come to bat, and doing the broadcast for JockJive. We'd like to welcome you to the broadcast. And he hits runner number 4. And up next for the Bobcats, right fielder number 2, Blaine Johnston. Bases loaded for Johnson, no out. Sorry, that was not his fourth batter. That is his first batter that he's hit because he is a new pitcher. Infield comes in. Going to play it tight. Blaine looked very uncomfortable in that swing there. 0-1. Blaine pops it up. And the first baseman does not make the catch. It's a foul ball. That'll be 0-2, but Blaine gets another shot here. Just not the Central team that we're used to seeing. Of course, we're glad our Bobcats are on top here. just one official error for the Jaguars tonight. However, they missed a lot of fly balls. Just a little bit outside. 1 and 2 for Johnston. With the infield in, the runners got such a big lead that if he gets a base hit, we're going to score at least 2, maybe 3. Ball way outside. 2 and 2 the count. I was talking about the scoreboard earlier. The girls softball got one. We were talking about them when we had a little play in action there. They are, like I said, favored to win the region this year and make their first ever trip to the state tournament softball. And we hope they do accomplish that. That's their goal this year, as they went down in the finals, the final regional finals last year to Weewall. Weewall powerhouse in softball in Class 1A. And that's 1 out as Blaine Johnson goes down on strikes. And up next for the Bobcats, the left fielder, number 23, Keontae Sanders. Keontae, known around campus and around the community as Tank, comes up with bases loaded, 1 out, in the bottom of the 4th. One and 1 as Tank swings on that, misses. Bobcats at the bottom of their lineup. Got Bryson Turner coming up next for the Bobcats. Leadoff man for the Bobcats tonight. Bryson's had 2 hits tonight. Had a big shot at the beginning of the game. First pitch, took it to right center field fence. Great young man. Great ball player. Plays with a lot of heart. Just the kind of kid you want to coach. That is Tank's 3rd time being hit by a pitch tonight, but it drives in another run. And up next for the Bobcats, center fielder, number 5, Bryson Turner. 1 out, 8-0 Bobcats. Want to welcome you if you just joined us on JockJive.com. We'll be here all year bringing you Paxton baseball and softball. Ball 1. Outside, that's 2 balls. Good eye by Bryson Turner. Like I said, just a great young man, great coachable young man. Great athlete on the field and off the field. Great young man. Bryson calls time. Infield still playing in for the Jaguars. Bases loaded. Bryson watches that one come in. Wasn't the pitch that he wanted. Wanted to see a strike before he decides where he's going to put it. I think Coach Moore is kind of giving him the swing away here. Three and 1 count here for Bryson Turner, the pitch he's going to be looking for is his pitch, so he can drive it somewhere. Infield looking to knock it down. And Bryson gets hit by a pitch, and Petty comes in from run number 9. Up next, the pitcher, number 8, J.C. Watkins. And J.C. coming in, going to help his cause a little bit. Bobcats up 9-0. The way high school baseball works now is if you're up by 15-0 after 4, that gets a ball game. And after 5 innings, you have to be up by 10. Bobcats needs 1 to go up by 10 runs, but would have to play 1 more top of the next inning for the ball game to be over. Like I said, Bobcats went to Central last night, defeated them 5-1. Gabe Nelson pitching that game, had a great outing. Our girls softball team's down in Panama City playing in a classic down at Frank Brown Park this weekend. Played a game at 2 today, and is playing a game again, I believe, at 8 tonight, and then they'll get up and play tomorrow around 11, if I'm not mistaken. Coach Bradley and Coach Norris doing a great job with that girls softball team. 0-1. Like I said, it's a different look for these batters if they get up there and they see this sidearm. It takes them a couple of pitches to pick up the ball. Just a different look from a normal pitcher. One and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. J.C. Watkins calls timeout. Like I said, these Central pitchers, they've been known through the years. This is what Central does. Their pitchers take a long time in their wind-up, try to get the batter off balance a little bit, but good job by J.C. by calling timeout and getting out of there. J.C. goes down on strikes. Up next, number 4, Connor Varnum. Varnum comes back up for the second time in this inning. Let's see what he can do. A lot of power right here. Bases loaded. The infield now back as there's 2 outs. 9-0 Bobcats. Connor takes a ball. Strike there. Connor looked like he was just going to wait till he see the strike before he started swinging. So now he's going to be looking for it. 1-1 count. Paxton, very disciplined hitters. Been known through the years they take a strike before they actually will swing on one unless it's one they want. Connor takes a big swing at that, tips it. Counts now 1-2. Westfall ahead in the count. Connor takes a strike and it goes down after the third out here as we end the bottom of the 4th, 9-0. So we will play at least 1 more, if not 3 more, as we go to the top of the 5th, and we'll be right back at JockJive.com. And we're back in the top of the 5th inning as the Bobcats lead 9-0. Up next for the Central Jaguars, number 6, Seth McDonald. Seth's ready. Pitcher's ready. Umpire's down at the dugout. He's not ready. As I was saying, Bobcats lead 9-0. Top of the 5th inning here. J.C. Watkins, our pitcher for tonight, doing a great job. Only give up 2 hits. If I'm not mistaken, it's McDonald hit that was the DH who's coming up next hit a shot the first time at bat. This is only the second time through their lineup, and they have not made it completely through the lineup for the second time yet. But Cooley, who's coming up next, he hit a shot in that first inning down the first time he came up to bat down the third base line. So and JC gets his 4th strikeout tonight. Up next, DH number 11, Hayes Cooley. High fastball there for a ball. Fastball outside. JC doing a good job hitting his spots tonight. And Cooley hits a high fly ball. It's going foul, and it is going to be out. That's a long strike there as he will come back up. If it had stayed in, Tank would have had a play on it. He had already tracked it over there. Ball way on the inside over the top of Cooley's head. 1-1 count. 3. As he takes first. Up next, number 10, Jackson Kent. Jackson Kent, who started the game as their pitcher tonight, will come up to bat. He's now playing center field. This is the second time that Cooley has been on tonight for the Jaguars. Each time, JC was able to get out of it with great defensive play by the Bobcats. Got a little pause in action here as Griffin adjusts his mask. Not a bad pitch by JC there, but it called for a ball. A little bit low. And he sent up a kind of corner out there to center field to Bryson Turner, one of the fastest kids on the team. He tracks it down for out number 2. Number 24, Noah Patterson. Bryson Turner tracks that down for out number 3 as the Bobcats retire the side, and we will be back on JockJive.com right after this. And we're back. In the bottom of the 5th, Bobcats up 9-0. As up for the Bobcats, number 10, Gabe Nelson. Gabe Nelson comes up to bat for the Bobcats. Playing second base tonight for the Bobcats. Bobcats score 1 run in this inning. That will be ball game. Put together a great second and 4th inning for the Bobcats. And foul ball for Gabe Nelson. It's a 1-1 count. Looked like it was going out down the right side of the field, but it hit just inside the fence. Two balls, 1 strike, because that was inside. See the lights across the road there at the Little League Park as Little League is getting underway this year. Ball outside. That's ball 3, 3-1. Ball 4 inside for Gabe Nelson as he takes first. No outs. Up next, number 15, Garrett Hartline. Garrett Hartline coming in the game, batting for Ethan Burke. Garrett Hartline is a first-year varsity player, and he is, we'll see if he's going to go out in the field, but he's batting for Ethan here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Good cut there by Garrett Hartline for strike one. Fouls it back into the fence. One and one count as Westfall goes over, tries to pick Gabe Nelson off, but he makes it back. Gabe getting a big lead over there. Ball just outside the plate there, not far off the plate. Not a bad pitch, but good eye, good discipline by Hartline as he takes a 2-1 count. Hartline calls timeout and said, "Hey, I've waited long enough. I'm going to make you wait on me now." He was starting his windup, but Blue had to give him time. Three and one count for Hartline. That one's in the dirt. Ball four. Up next, number 3, Tristan Petty. Got runners on first and second as Tristan comes up again for the Bobcats. Playing third base this year. Doing a great job down there. No outs. Bobcats setting up. Try to score another run this inning. Petty hits a shot to center field, but it's a BB as he brings it in for out number 1. Got a good swing on the ball there. Good drive by Petty. Up next, number 1, Griffith Usher. Griffin steps in to bat with 1 out. Runners on first and second. Griffin takes a swing on it for strike 1. A little inside there. Ball outside corner there. Missed on between the plate and the batter's box. Counts 1-1. Nelson has did a good job tonight, just harassing the pitchers when he's on base, getting in their head. Griffin, a little bit early on that one, takes it down the left side of the field for a foul. Counts 1-2, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Griffin got a good base hit there, and right center going to move the runners around. Up next for the Bobcats, number 24, Nick Morgan. Nick Morgan coming in, one of the substitutes for the Bobcats, getting a little playing time here. coming up to bat for Blaine Johnston. We'll see if he replaces him in the field or he's just batting in the bottom of the fifth here for him. Bases loaded, 1 out. Central throws the ball away trying to pick off Nelson on third, but I don't know if Coach held him up or he didn't see that the ball had got by him, but he stays put. Nick digs back in. Nick, one of our first year on the varsities, played baseball for the Bobcats on junior high and JV. I was talking to that young man earlier. He's really into we have a great aerospace program here that Heather Stewart is the head of. Does a lot of stuff with STEM, with engineering and mathematics, and he's part of that. Is looking to be an intern this summer on the Air Force Base, working with some STEM research. So looking forward to that young man doing some great things there. As Miss Neal would put it, living that life with pride, passion, and purpose. That's what it means to be a Bobcat here at Paxton. Nice knock down the left field for a foul for Nick. 2-2. Not a bad swing there. Just a little late there, but he put the bat on the ball. Base hit scores a run here for the Bobcats. Good discipline. You could tell Nick wanted that one, but he laid off of it. Now the full count. And Nick gets the sacrifice for the win for the Bobcats. They win 10-0. Great job by the Bobcats tonight. J.C. Watkins pitching a shutout. And we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great evening, and thank you for listening to JockJive.com.